Give me a shout. All right.
Can we? I'm good to you. Can we have the door open? It's boiling in here. That one or that one?
Yeah.
Glad you noticed.
It's fucking hell.
Top's already gone.
What happens when you count 10 times more people?
Happy New Year, Cup.
Cheers, mate.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Is that the Wembley
Yeah.
for a time? Is it you or the missus? Your son?
What, done you cheeky bastard?
Bring your check.
Mrs. then.
All ready, boys, at the back?
Right, let's go.
Good.
Ready, step in?
Let's go.
Hi Paul, any sign of baby Ahmedhodžić yet?
No, not yet. So it'll be the same setup as we had at the weekend. We know what we're going to do. You know, we'll have extra bodies down there, and we know what we'll do if something happens. But no, as I said, this could go on a few weeks. We're all prepared for that. Anel, I think, has got his head around it. But yeah, we just want everyone to be comfortable with the situation that he's in.
I've got to admit, it won't have been ideal preparation for him though, will it?
What? No, but it's part of life, isn't it? It's part of life. It's what it is. So he's going to be a new dad. He's chasing a promotion. He's got an FA Cup semi-final. He's over the moon.
Good week for him. Chris Basham, how's he getting on?
Trained today, yeah. So trained properly today. Listen, he declared himself fit for the game in midweek, and we probably would have started him if Anel would have been pulled away, knowing that if at any moment he weren't fit, we'd have made a change rather than him having a sub, bringing him on, then finding out he's not fit because he's not trained. But I've just felt it was best once we knew that we had the bodies that he rested up another couple of days and made sure he was 100% for this game.
Stevens and Osborne, will they be back? Anyone else?
Ben, no. Ender's trained today for the first time. So yeah, it's good to have him back on the grass, and we'll just progress him slowly.
Do you know your team yet?
Is this the bit where you lot start asking me and I just say you're not going to find out?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, I know my team, yeah.
Yeah, that's more a case of can anybody do anything, or did the players know yet? When will they find out?
No, the players don't know, no.
Fine. Are Messrs Doyle and Mcatte, are they going? Are they going to travel down with you guys?
Sorry, that's just thrown me someone's alarm. I think I've paused, whoever's phone that is, I've just paused the recording as well. Hold on.
It's time to get up.
99. Could be. Okay, that's
Yeah. Say that again, Tommy and...
Tommy Doyle and James Mcatte, are they going to travel down with you? Are they going to have a...
Oh, they'll be there, yeah. Well, listen, we'll have the majority of people who's helped us this season, staff, players, everyone's going down. In terms of match day and how we approach the game, it'll be exactly the same as a normal game, but we want everyone to go down and be a part of it. It's just that obviously once we arrive at the ground and it's match day, the people involved in the game and the prep and everything we do are there, and the other guys can go in the stand and prepare to watch the game.
That important for you that everyone that's helped you to get to this point shares in what will be an incredible day?
Yeah. Listen, we've done that all season anyway, with league game, cup games. Yeah, we've tried to be inclusive, tried to make sure that everyone has felt a part of it, and we know there's some players who can't through injury, suspension or otherwise, but it's the same with staff. We have a lot of staff here who work extremely hard, but they don't share the match day experiences that we get. It doesn't mean they can't come down and experience a reward for all their hard work as well.
I know you've been to Wembley before, I know you've experienced success there, but I mean, what will it mean to you personally to lead Sheffield United out on Saturday? Just
a big occasion in what's been so far a really memorable season, and that's been the message. We've got ourselves in a position in the league where we've made Wednesday night a really big game, but that's a few days away, so all our focus now is on City and an FA Cup semi-final, so we're going to enjoy it. We're going to try and give a really good account of ourselves, and I think, as I said after the last game, we know who we're playing against, we know the calibre of player, and we know that we need them to have a bit of an off day and us to be at our very best. But having watched the last 2 games against City in the Premier League and watching a lot of our players perform really well against them in those 2 years, the players can draw a lot of confidence from that. But we know even though those performances were good, they still weren't good enough to beat City, so we have to try and do something even better to get a result.
But given there were a lot of the players now involved in those 4 games, I imagine them in particular and yourself can look back at them and say, yeah, look, you've got this experience in the bag.
Yeah, I think experience of playing against that calibre of player, if we achieve what we want to achieve this season, this is the calibre of player we want to be playing against every week. So again, pointless siding away from it and being scared of it. I think from those games, City are doing things differently 2 years on. We're certainly doing things differently 2 years on. So there's a different dynamic to the match, but the occasion itself, I think, means it's a totally different experience anyway. An FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, like I said, part of a season for us, which at the minute is going great. But we want to make sure, like I said, that we get things out of this season and not just a pat on the back for doing well so far.
And I imagine a few of the players that did play against them in the Premier League, particularly in that second season after going down, you were there at the end of it, will feel that they've got a bit of a point to prove. Yeah,
well, I think it's just like I said, if we achieve what we want this season and we manage a promotion, that's the level, So let's go and see where we're at. Let's go and see what the standard really is. Let's say we're watching City again. Against Bayern Munich in the 2 legs, or you're watching them in the Premier League, there's no getting away from the fact that they are the very best, they're at the very top, and if we do go up, that is the next level. It's not an average Premier League team we're playing, so we get that. So but I think it's just more a case of measuring ourselves again against that, and like I said, not shying away from the fact that these are the players we want to be playing against all the time anyway.
So you've seen them a few times. I imagine you've seen a few times anyway as a general football fan. Have you managed to identify any weaknesses that you can have a go at?
I wouldn't say weaknesses so much, but no, we've got to look after. Lots of teams have played City in totally different ways. We have to make sure we do it in our way and how we try and play, and that's with the ball and without the ball. I think we understand that City are a team that are going to want to dominate the ball and to do that in a certain way, so we have to be prepared for those moments. But likewise, we have to be prepared for when we do have the ball and what's our plan. It's certainly not going to be to sit there and defend for 90 minutes. We know that the vast majority of that we may have to, and we're going to have to accept that and do the job and suffer in those moments, but it's got to be with the intent of winning the ball back, with the intent of trying to create chances ourselves.
So that key point of it, because obviously organisation and discipline are going to be key when you've got a team with such quality as them, but the fact that your players give it a go and express themselves and do try and take the game to them when they can.
Yeah, I think when they can, we certainly don't want to be passive. I think but at the same time we can't be naive enough to think we can go after them for 90 minutes, man for man, all over the pitch. While I think there'll be moments and key times in the game where we do have to press, we do have to look to use that as a weapon. There's going to be other times when we have to defend space and become really difficult to play against. So yeah, it's about getting that balance right, I think.
I want to mention a couple in particular for them that are pertinent to our area in Carl Walker and John Stones. I imagine you'll know John pretty well. Yeah. They've been incredible ambassadors, really, haven't they, for our part of the world and just what can be possible.
Yeah, good lads. Obviously, Stonesy, I know he was the first age group that I took training when I was still playing, and I was doing my hours for my badges. It was his age group as an under 16. So yeah, I've known him a while. Gone on to achieve really good things, and yeah. Well, listen, when I'm watching them two play for England, there's no bigger fan of those two than me. But I don't want them to play so well this weekend. But that's the way football goes. But no, I think their careers, what they've done, and listen, I think the big thing is they know they're not finished yet and they want to do something extra special this season. I know there's the talk of the treble and things like that, and I get that, and they really are well positioned to do something unbelievable, but our focus is on us for this one game, and yeah, as difficult as it is, we obviously want to win the game.
And I suppose with a team like Man City, there's no way you can concentrate on any one individual because they're all incredible.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why we have to be really disciplined and clear on when and where we do go after the ball and how we do it. But also what it looks like and what we do when that goes wrong, So, yeah, because we can't be leaving. We can look after one player, then there's another one going to take the space and hurt us. So, yeah, we get that. But like I said, it's a one-off game for us this season. And so the occasion, the calibre of opposition, so it means it's different how we're chatting about the game. But our aim is for this to be the norm again, That's what we really want it to be. And that's what I'm looking forward to, just to see where we're at compared to these top players.
Have you allowed yourself to consider the prospect of leading this club to a first FA Cup final since 1936?
Not yet. No, not yet. It's this game, and then what will be. But it's certainly our aims to try and win. And listen, I'm looking at the odds and the bookmakers and things like that. There's probably no one else. Even though I'm saying we're not thinking about us being in the final, there's probably no one else on the planet thinking about us being in the final as well. But not to say that we can't do it. And we have to approach the game in that way. So whilst we understand what we're against, we have to approach the game with the intention of causing an upset.
Does that sense of history mean a lot to you? Will it mean a lot to you the week? I know it's just about winning the game first.
I think something like that would be after the event. This season so far has been great. The position we're in the league, the fact we've got to an FA Cup semi-final, it could end up being a really, really memorable season in this club's history. But like I said, we have to achieve something for that. To do that in this competition, the FA Cup, we have to get past one of the best teams on the planet. If that did happen, then I'd be thinking about those things. But for the time being, I'm more bothered about, from that whistle going to when it ends and how we perform.
And you now know that a win against West Brom next week will get you promoted, irrespective of whatever happens on Monday between Luton and Middlesbrough. Does one, that's obviously a great position to be in, but two, does that allow you to fully focus even more on this game? We
were fully focused on this anyway. I think what it's probably done and how it's allowed me to speak to players today is we know what the situation is now in the league. We know the position we're in. Like I said, all that hard work, everything we've done early on has got us to this point where we can relax about the league now, because that's Wednesday, but we know where we're at. So it probably does help all our attention, all our focus be on this FA Cup semi-final. But in my opinion, we've approached every game like that and not looked beyond whoever's been the next opponents.
Just finally from me, Paul, how much are you personally just looking forward to the challenge that a game like this brings?
Yeah, I think that's it. As I say, for this, I'd love this to become the norm. I don't think we can replicate this occasion, so the fact it's an FA Cup semi-final, it's special, it's huge, it's big. To anyone growing up in football, watching football from a young age, an FA Cup semi-final, it's what an occasion. So that's special, that's brilliant. But the opponents, the opposition, I think for us as a football club, we want to be playing against these type of players. So hopefully it's a first step.
Thank you.
Just wonder what your first memories of the FA Cup were.
Oh, mine, yeah, probably. I think we've probably spoke about this. I mean, Barnsley, when I was growing up being a season ticket holder at Barnsley, we had some big cup games. Cup run getting beat off Everton 1-0 at Oatwell was one. I remember a lot of replays with Stoke City when Peter Beager was at Stoke, and Stoke had all the Pink Panthers, the bloke Pink Panthers. That was another one as a kid. And I think the biggest one was the FA Cup final day. I think it has been changed a little bit now with how much TV is on telly, but the FA Cup final day used to be a special day. You'd literally block it all off, and from 10 a.m. in the morning till the trophy presentation was all about the FA Cup.
And from a job satisfaction point of view, how tough has it been this season, and how much job satisfaction are you getting out of it at the moment, bearing in mind where you've got to?
Yeah, to this point, like I said, it's been a really memorable season for lots of things. Obviously, as a group of staff, a group of players, yeah, we've shared a lot of moments on and off the pitch. But we want to cap it off with something. And ultimately, we've got ourselves in a position in the league where we know what we have to do now to get to the Premier League. and that's our aim. But running alongside that has been a really entertaining and special cup run. We've been involved in some big games for different reasons in the cup, and that running alongside our league form has made for a really good season so far. But we want to make sure we finish on a high.
Can you drive yourself daft talking about City tactically? Because if you watch and see all their great points, you can scare your squad to death, can't you, if you're not careful?
I think 100% you can, and I think you can overcomplicate it. As I said, I think we know how we play, and we know how we'd want to deal with that threat of City. We know man for man we're going to have to be at our absolute best, and at the same time also covering and limiting 1v1 situations. So it's an extra special test. But I think the good thing is we've got players who've faced City before, faced a lot of these players, and while we've not been on the right end of the result yet, there's been some strong performances. So we know we need to improve as well as we've done against them in the past. We know we need to improve, because ultimately it's a cup game, and if we lose, we're out, nothing. So we may as well give everything. But like I said, I think City have, I think they've evolved as well and become a really, well, they've always been an exceptional team, but year on year they've become even better.
Haaland's given them that extra edge. Again, is it easy to get sort of over obsessive about something like that? Because as you say, there's 9 other great outfield players.
I don't think you can ignore him. He's that dangerous. I don't think you can ignore him. But he certainly relies on others to supply because of his game. So there's certain spaces you have to defend different when he's in the team, whether that's spacing behind or when the ball's wide. We get that. But likewise, if we just solely focus on that, there'll be other areas that hurt us, you know. So yeah, it's the most intense test you can probably have, I think, in world football. You know, we're probably asking Bayern Munich and they're saying the same. So we get what we're up against, and we know how tough it's going to be. But we've got to enjoy it. We've got to enjoy it. We'll enjoy the occasion and enjoy playing against these players.
Can you enjoy it? Can you enjoy it?
Yeah, we'll enjoy it. Yeah, listen, ask me again when the final whistle goes. But we enjoy it. All the games are good. They're all, and I think the fact we have been trying to enjoy it, regardless of what's been happening. We try and enjoy every game and attack every game, and get some real perspective on each of the games, and then that allows us to go and attack the next one, because our league position and where we know, we've got clarity on that. We know what's happening there, so all our focus can be on this. But likewise, whatever the result is, we've got something else to look forward to as well. So yeah, we've got ourselves in a really good position, so why wouldn't we enjoy it?
Good luck, enjoy.
Cheers.
Any more for lives or straight into embargo? Go on then, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, as good as Man